think everyone knows by now that Deltarune's Chapter 3 and 4 were announced. We have a release date, and I just really want to talk about everything new that was released during and after the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Kenny. Welcome to my gaming diary, where I play my favorite games, new games, and lately I've been playing a lot of Undertale. I'm going to be playing a lot of Deltarune, and I would love it if you wanted to watch my videos. Say hi in the comments, just yap with me. I love yapping about games, and that's what I do. Today we are not playing a game, we are yapping about Deltarune and all of the news that came out about the new chapters on the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. I was in that Direct watching it live, not expecting that trailer to be there. I thought that maybe it was gonna be in the Direct that was, I think, the day before or 2 days before the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and I was so wrong. And our release date is the day that the Nintendo Switch 2 drops, June 5th. So now we know for sure we only have to wait 2 months until we can play chapters 3 and 4. So today I just want to go over the trailer, talk about some things that I noticed. I have watched a couple other people's videos on the trailers and the newsletters and all that good stuff. And so when I talk about these things, not all of them will be like an original thought. Well, probably nothing I have will be an original thought. But I just want to talk about it and go through it, and maybe we'll discover some new things along the way. This is perfect timing because I just finished posting my Undertale playthrough, and then this happened. I'm going to be starting a Deltarune playthrough basically as soon as possible, and I wanted to get this video out talking about all the new stuff before I start that playthrough. But yeah, I'm really excited. Let's just take a look at this trailer first and foremost. Okay, I'm on the Deltarune website, and you can see the countdown: 61 days, 10 hours, 45 minutes, and 987 seconds. I'm excited. I have notes, so we will be going through I will be going through my notes and making sure I hit on the things that I wanted to talk about. And also, I noticed that people haven't been playing this video with sound in all of their videos, so I'm wondering if maybe it's getting copywritten. So just to be safe, I don't think I'll watch it with music, but the music is beautiful. Okay, the first thing that I saw people talk about was that when the dog fell down, the 2 tilted. Yeah, you can see it there. It gets a little bit tilted, and I saw people saying that maybe that means that maybe the 2 is representative of the weird route and how we have a weird route in chapter 2, and that maybe chapters 3 and 4 will not have a weird route. I don't think that's the case. I think it's just an emphasis on that it's the Switch 2 Direct was where it was released. I think that makes the most sense. And also he just hit it falling down. Like maybe it was just a silly goofy thing, but I think it was like a little nod to it being the Switch 2 Direct. That's all, in my opinion. And then we have Chris, their little outline in blue. And Susie. Wait, let's go back. This is so fast. Maybe I'll turn it down. Playback speed. 0.5? Maybe 0.25. So let's see. This is really slow. Oh my god. A heartfelt journey of humor and friendship. True. Kneeling down to Susie. I love that. And then Ralse coming up from below. Another thing that I think people are looking a bit too into as well is that Rousey has his hood on. You can't see his face, and I just think it's just, they don't want people to be immediately spoiled, because I think this is going to bring in a lot of new players to Deltarune when this gets released. So they really don't want to spoil anything. I think that's all that is. And Undertale's parallel story, that's a very interesting way to describe Deltarune. I'll just hide my camera there. I like that parallel story. It could mean a lot of things, I think. But there's our golden trio. Susie leading the way. Of course, do we expect anything else? Because yeah, okay, yeah. They're in the dark world, or they're in Castle Town. Just pausing this. I think that this was really just made for the trailer. I've seen people be like, oh, it's after chapter 3, it's chapter 4. This isn't chapter 4. I'm like, no, I think it was just made for the trailer. Because yeah, you see the little shadow man up here. Deltarune, we have our soul. Oh, I think it was Jaru that said that it's interesting that Rousey is in the middle of this sequence, and I think I agree with that. And I'm going to be restarting a playthrough of Deltarune, and I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna make a note to see if this is actually how they're laid out during this battle. Which, classic chapter 1 battle. Nothing too crazy. Susie Lancer shenanigans, of course. Sans. This is chapter 2. We've seen it before. Spamton. We've seen it before. The color of Spamton's eyes is interesting later on. I love that we have to knock the socks off of these guys. That is how I felt during this trailer reveal. My socks were indeed knocked off, for sure. And I love Chris, they're in a little like gangster outfit. Same with Susie, but then Rousey's in like a little cowboy outfit. I think it's very cute. I think they look amazing. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, yeah, this I think is definitely the secret room that Toby talks about in the newsletter, which we'll also get to. Because with the Switch 2, you can use the 2 Joy-Cons as mice. And Toby in the newsletter says that there's a secret thing only for Switch 2 that involves those controls. So I think that's what this is. I do find it interesting that it's like the pink and yellow for Spamton, but I was also thinking that it's also the colors for sparing in Undertale. Like you can throw away the yellow names and then get pink ones. And I think they're like this exact color. Like I just did that in my Undertale playthrough. I made sure that all the sparing was pink. I just find this an interesting implication. It could have interesting implications to Spamton or to Undertale, and sparing in general, which is obviously very important. I am so obsessed with this. This is so cute. I also love how people have been saying, oh, let me hide my camera, how it's like 2 names, Pop You and Larity. when it says popularity, it is awkward, like I get it. But Pop You and Larity. I just think that's funny. And then I think this in the back says Lightner's Live. That's what I think it is. Like you can kind of see the start of an L, and I would easily fit in there. Yeah, Lightner's Live. I saw that someone said it could be Night News Live. Night News Live, which does also make sense. Sorry that I don't know where I got these from. Like I watch theory videos 24/7, and I've watched like every single analysis video that has come up since this came out. So I'm so sorry. Like if anyone watches this and thinks that they were the first one to say a certain thing, then please let me know. But yeah, I have been loving watching everyone's analysis videos. I really, really am having fun. Anyways, this scene, I'm obsessed with Rouse. I'm obsessed with Rouse here. Look at how freaking cute he looks. He has like little glasses and a green mohawk. Oh, you can't see my mouse. He's so cute. People also pointed out these like star looking shapes that they look like the save points, which they do. And yeah, it's like a rhythm game, guitar, hero, rock band type thing. It's interesting that Susie's like crossed out. Some people have been saying like maybe that's potential for a multiplayer mode, which would be cool. Chris, they look amazing in their little heels. All of their outfits look so good. I love how Susie's all blurred out here. She's just going ham on the drum. Like, this looks so fun. Okay, this is very interesting. I have a lot of thoughts about the chapter 4 stuff, let me say. So obviously broken glass, they're climbing, their colors are just wrong. Where are they? Where are they? Definitely chapter 4. And you can just, it's just so obvious to me that it's in the church with the stained glass and like their darker colorings. Like, it's just, people are saying it could be Noelle's house. I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but I really think this is gonna be a church dark world. So we see Susie climbing below, Chris climbing above on like some cobblestone, it kind of looks like. It's just dark and dingy, and maybe that's why their coloring is off, is because it's really dark and dingy in here, and it'll be really fun to have like a dark world, which is what it kind of seems like it's doing. And Toby said in a newsletter, I think, that chapter 3 is more like of a fun dark world, and then chapter 4 is more lore intensive. So I think this is where things are really gonna kind of get serious. Oh, wait. Is this the lesbian flag? This is basically the colors for the lesbian flag from Susie. I love that. I love that. That's so funny. Queen, we love Queen. Chapter 2 is waiting. And this, our first like actual look at Tenna. This has to be Tenna, right? What else would this be? People were going back and forth about whether Tenna would be the main boss or Mike. And I've always thought that Tenna is going to be the main boss and Mike is going to be the secret boss. Just because Spamton talks so much about Mike. And Spamton mentions Tenna, right? But just not as much. So yeah, I think this makes sense. This animation is so freaking cool. I love how like fan art of Tenna, a lot of it is basically exactly this. So that's really funny to me. Okay. Yes, you see here, Chris looks like they're a bit brighter than they were in that first clip of the chapter 4 dark world. Yeah, this is so interesting to me, like the Deltarune floor. I love Chris just like running with their sword ready to go. Like, oh my god, it's so good. Another thing I was thinking was I think chapter 4 is gonna be a very interesting narrative on religion, which Deltarune as a whole is kind of an interesting take on religion. And even Undertale talked a bit about like the Deltarune and the angel. So I think part of it will be that like religion is basically like draining and soul sucking and like just horrible. So therefore their colors have been diminished a little. Sorry if you're religious. I just think organized religion a lot of the times is just not the best for society and people. And yeah, I wonder if they'll kind of delve into that a bit more in chapter 4, because it does seem, with the angel and stuff, it's like very religious based. And also these like spider looking things, I don't think they're spiders. Like, they only have one eye and they have like a bunch of legs. Like, this guy has at least 10 or 12 legs. But I just for curiosity, I looked up like spiders in the Bible, and spiders do show up in the Bible a couple. Also, I don't know what Bible. I just like really quickly looked this up because I was interested if this is the church, a church dark world. And in the Bible, spiders show up, and every time they have shown up, they're there to communicate interesting like spiritual truths. And I'm like, that is interesting, because I could look into this more, but Ralsei isn't here. It's like, what's Ralsei up to? Is there some sort of interesting truth that we are finding out about Ralsei in chapter 4? That's all. Maybe it's a stretch. I just had a thought and I looked into it briefly, but this looks so good. And this animation by Temi looks amazing. With like the save point, the wings, it looks so good. Ralsei looks unbothered, nonchalant, which is suspicious to me. Chris and Susie, they're ready for battle. And Ralsei's just like, dum-de-dum, whatever. But is this a Titan? Like, are they facing a Titan? This must be some sort of Titan. And maybe, I don't think will be in the game, this cutscene, but it's interesting. I wonder if chapter 4 will maybe end with us face to face with a Titan. I don't know, we'll see. Deltarune is waiting. Well, we're waiting for 2 more months, but I'm sure it'll go by so fast. There's the soul, Deltarune. Deltarune TM, let's go. Available on Nintendo Switch 2 launch day. Oh, and some people were talking about this 8-4 and being like, what does it mean? Did they mess up the date? Is it August 4th? Or is it April 8th? No, it's the Japanese localization company that works on the games. So it's just a company that is working on the game. That's all. Nothing crazy, but I get the confusion and the excitement, and you want something to be everything. And I think like this trailer is really to get new people to play the game. So yeah, the trailer is so good. I just talked about it for like 20 minutes. But yeah, I like it a lot, and I love hearing everyone's thoughts about it. And I don't blame people for overthinking things. Like, it's very exciting, and this is the first thing that we've gotten in so long with like some substance. So yeah, I don't blame people at all for overthinking it. And maybe I'm underthinking it, who knows? But yeah, I also find it very interesting that these are very obviously like a church spire or something. Like, this is a church. Like, where else do you see stuff like that? Anyways, let's explore the website a bit. We will check out the Steam page. That's so far the only console with like a link to it about Deltarune. I was reading through this and I was like, is this new? But I don't think it's new. I think they just updated chapters 1 to 4 will be available at launch, with more planned as free updates. And I don't know if have they always referred to Deltarune as a parallel story to Undertale? That's another thing that I think is kind of interesting. Yeah, the next adventure in the Undertale series. That's also a very interesting way to word it. That almost implies that there's going to be even more Undertale Deltarune games? Like, imagine? That would be crazy. And yeah, I've never seen this before. Like, meet new and enduring main characters, as well as familiar faces like Toriel, Sans, and more. Huh? Papyrus? No, he's busy, sorry. I've never seen Papyrus? Maybe it's always been, I haven't been on this website very much. Devilishly difficult hidden bosses. I am nervous for my next Deltarune playthrough. I am this to fight Jebel and Spamton because I'm not the best, but I have beaten them before, so we'll see. Okay, looking through the screenshots on the website, chapter 1, chapter 2, here's chapter 3, aim and fire with Y. Okay, seems simple enough. This is new, Sans. Oh man, thanks for checking that, that's wrong. So we're potentially going to be doing something for Sans? We're going to be looking for something or trying to answer a question? I don't know. And Susie's there with us, which is fun. All the screenshots on the website so far. I also find it really funny that they haven't updated these. Is this just like the newsletter? Yeah, they haven't updated the newsletters since 2022. I find that hilarious, but luckily I got sent the newsletter, so let's check out the newsletter next. The website doesn't have much else. Oh wait. Oh, okay. The soundtrack links you to Bandcamp, merch links you to Fangamer, and then there's a frequently asked questions. Let's take a look at that. I think, yeah, updated April 2nd. Okay, so how much will Deltarune cost? Deltarune will cost $24.99 in North America. In North America? That wording is not good. Because I'm in Canada, and $24.99 USD is like $35 Canadian maybe. So if it's $24.99 in USD and $24.99 in Canadian dollars for me, then I'm getting a great deal. Well, this is already a great deal, but I'm getting a way better deal than people in the States. So this is interesting wording that maybe they want to update. And like North America is also Mexico. And like, I don't know how much $24.99 is in pesos. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting wording. Don't mean to judge, but I don't think that's correct. How much will future chapters cost? Nothing. They'll be made available as free updates once they're ready to release. This is very exciting. And Toby said like we'll never have to wait so long for a chapter again. So yeah, I'm pretty sure once they're ready to go, maybe we'll get a little trailer and we'll just get them immediately. Like, I'm very excited. What platform is Deltarune coming out on? I know people were worried that potentially that the June 5th release was only on Switch 2, but no, every platform is getting it the same day. PC, Mac, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Oh, rip Xbox? That sucks. The demo is available on PC. Yeah. No Xbox. If I buy Deltarune on Switch 1 or Switch 2, do I get the other version as well? We're hoping to make it so you only have to pay one price for both Switch and Switch 2 versions, but we're still ironing out the details. We'll share more on this soon. In certain regions, local laws may require us to charge a small fee to acquire the other version after purchasing one of them. Okay, that's good to know because I would love to get a Switch 2 one day. I want to wait to see if they release like a white one or something. I don't really want a black one, but we'll see. PS4, PS5. I play on Switch, so I don't really care. One price for PS4, PS5. Will there be a physical version? Someday, probably, but not yet. I would love a physical version. I want a physical version of Undertale. What's the difference between various PC and console versions? They're almost exactly the same, but check out the April 2nd newsletter for more specifics. Let's open that so I don't have to go into my email to do it. Perfect. I'm on a different computer or console account from the one I played the demo with. Do I have to replay? No, you can play any chapter you like right from the start. As long as you generally remember what happened story-wise, you'll be fine. Of course, it's recommended to play the chapters in order the first time you play. Right, okay. Your choices really don't matter, do they? So chapter 3 and 4, the rest of the game. This is it? No. There are more chapters planned. Interesting that they didn't say there are 3 more chapters planned. Because we know there's going to be 7 chapters. Why wouldn't they just say there's going to be 7 chapters? Interesting. How does this game relate to Undertale? Is it a sequel? Please don't worry too much about that. Essentially, it's not the world of Undertale. If you completed Undertale, the ending and the world are as you left it. If everyone was happy there, the people in the Undertale world will still be happy. So please don't worry about those characters in that world. It will remain untouched. To rephrase that, Deltarune's world is a different one, with different characters that have lived different lives. A whole new story will happen. I don't know what you call this kind of game. It's just a game you can play after you complete Undertale if you want to, that's all. I like the idea, I've thought of this a few times, that in Deltarune, maybe at some point we would go into the world of Undertale for some reason at some point, whether it's to like fix some sort of like break in the timelines. If we have to fix something because the timelines are like combining or something, I don't know. But I always like the idea of like Chris and Susie and Rouse like having to go into Undertale for some reason. Because when you start Undertale, it says like it's best if you play Undertale and then play Deltarune. Like it's not a completely separate game. So there's no connections between the 2 games. It's a different world that might even have different rules. That doesn't mean there will be no connections at all though. Yeah, interesting. When will more chapters come out? Chapter 5 is now in development. It's not completed yet, but please check deltarune.com or subscribe to the newsletter for periodic updates. Amazing, so we'll keep receiving newsletters, which I assumed, but it's exciting that they're like actively working on chapter 5. Will you add anything else to the demo? Yeah, no. How many endings are there? 1. Period. Okay. Then doesn't that mean nothing I do matters? There's something more important than reaching the end. Like what, being nice to people? Not killing Birdly? I found some kind of bug. Will you fix it? There's an email you can send it to, but you should probably mention what you were playing on. I hid the email address somewhere in this world. See if you can find it. Oh, I didn't hide it very well. Can I buy the full soundtrack? You can buy the full game soundtrack on Steam. I'm definitely doing that, because then you get new chapters will be added for free as they become available. That's such a good deal. Any closing remarks? Thanks for taking an interest in the game. I don't believe my game is for every person, but to a certain type of person, attuned a certain type of way, this game can reach a meaning beyond its appearance and find a shape in your heart. Aww. Even if there's just one person that feels that way, I will keep making this game to grow by your side. See you again. What the heck? See you again soon. Troubleshooting known issues. There are 2 hearts on the screen. Okay. Wait. Can I full screen the game? Press Alt Enter or F4, but not Alt F4. Okay, issue. There are 2 hearts on the screen, and I can move one of them around freely. Resolved. That's a glitch. Interesting. Issue. Does that mean there are 2 souls, or that... No, it's a glitch. Interesting. I haven't seen people talk about this. That's suspicious, right? That's suspicious, right? Like, why does the issue, it gets interrupted? No, that's a glitch. Like, what? I find this weird. I find that the known issue. I feel like that's weird, but I'm probably definitely overthinking now. Okay, let's look at the newsletter now. A lot of it we've already gone through, so this might just be a quick thing, because he talks about the price and the release date and has the trailer and stuff. So yeah, let's get to the point. Release date, June 5th on everywhere except Xbox. Trailer, there's this trailer, we did the trailer. $24.99. Okay, we talked about this. USD, probably. You will only have to buy the game once. Free updates for the new chapters. Yes, that's not factored into the cost though. I only feel right charging for what there currently is, not what I say there will be. Toby Fox has so much money if he can do this. I was willing to pay $80 for Deltarune. 100% I was willing to pay $80 for Deltarune. $24.99 is crazy. It's so cheap. It's my hope that we complete more chapters. You'll feel like the game was a super good deal. It's a super good deal. Just wait, I'll prove it to you. Aww. The soundtrack on Steam will cost $14.99. Another great deal. If you buy the soundtrack, yes. Isn't the value actually a little too good? Hyperventilating and drools on it. It really is. Like, this is really generous. If you've already been buying the individual chapter soundtracks on Bandcamp, chapters 3 and 4 will be released as a separate release. Okay. The Spamton opening a little dog present with a fly. There was a fly in there, I guess. Wishlist the game on Steam. That's me telling you to do it. There's only a little time left to get it to the top of the rankings. Okay, well, I'll wishlist it on Steam as well, even though I'll play it on Switch. Somehow after linking it, its rankings dropped abruptly. Oh no! This is fun. They're eating like the Steam logo. Console differences. Okay, we kind of talked about this as well. So it being a launch title for Nintendo Switch 2, we made a very small special room which takes advantage of using the mouse controls on 2 controllers at once, only possible on the Nintendo Switch 2. You can see it in the trailer. Oh, he literally says you can see it in the trailer. So yes, that's what that is. Don't do it if you can't get your hands. There are other versions of the game, and they also have the special room with a completely different control scheme. So that's exciting. We'll see what that is. All non-Nintendo Switch 2 versions will have the exact same content. There's no meaningful difference in content amount, dialogue, setting, music, etc. between any version. So you will have a full package of fun no matter what you get, no one gets left out. And just to clarify for the cats in the back, no matter what version you buy, everyone gets Pluie for free. And what the heck is Pluie? I don't think it's anything. Other differences: Nintendo Switch 2 unique special small room, can import save files from the Nintendo Switch demo of Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2, can import save files from the Nintendo Switch version of Deltarune full game 2. Nintendo Switch, where I will be playing, can import save files from the Nintendo Switch demo of Deltarune's Chapter 1 and 2, and get to watch the cute loading screen longer than other consoles. Yay! PC/Mac versions, convenience of having it on your PC. Recommended control scheme for the non-Nintendo Switch 2 special room. Oh, cool. PS4 and PS5 versions can import save files from the PS4 demo of Deltarune Chapters 1 and 2. PS5 can do that too. This is where they required the trophies. This time they give rise to a pretty hardcore challenge, but please listen, I make no endorsement that you actually attempt it. Even knowing of its mere existence will only bring you frustration and anguish. Honestly, it may have been one of the worst ideas I've ever had. Perhaps no one will even try. People will definitely try. Maybe that's for the best after all. I think it will be too late for most of you anyways. Oh, interesting. Overall, all of these differences are very slight. No matter what version you get, it'll be great. Conclusion. Well, the game is coming out. Isn't that swell? Seriously, I've been duct taped over, tied up to a chair, locked in a box, thrown to the bottom of the ocean, dragged around like an anchor, etc., etc. That's what it was like up until now. Now I can say it. Deltarune chapters 1 to 4 release on June 5th, 2025. Isn't that swell? It is. Okay. Let's wish list on Steam. Am I logged in? No, I'm not. Perfect. I have wishlisted it. Hopefully it is doing well on the charts or whatever Steam uses. Okay, we're on Steam. I just wanted to look to see if there was any different screenshots. This one, Jockington grows the beard, and it's like that weird S from like the early 2000s that everyone drew. Yeah, I think it's silly. And then this guy's really cool. Yeah, definitely looks kind of churchy. I don't know why. The robe maybe looks churchy. And it's interesting that this person's like eyes kind of look like the save point, which is reminiscent of the Titans. So yeah, I don't know the implication of that. It's just kind of interesting. Oh yeah, these guys also very churchy, I think, or regal or something. Like those balls that like the only example I can think of is in Frozen when Elsa is getting like her coronation and she's like holding the ball. That's what their heads look like one of those like royal spheres, I guess. And yeah, their creepy little claws, like this is already so much, it like feels so much darker than chapters 1 and 2, and what we have seen from 3, it looks kind of serious and creepy crawly. And it's also proof that this is from chapter 4, not chapter 3, because their HP is higher than the screenshots in chapter 3. So Chris has 200 HP. Let's see if there's a screenshot from chapter 3 anywhere. So 200, okay, here. So Chris is at 160 in chapter 3, and then 200 in chapter 4. The screenshot of this has lyrics. I guess they're lyrics that Rousey are singing, which shall guide you the way. I have seen theories where people theorize who is singing Don't Forget, and that it is potentially a character in the game. And I'm sure Rousey has been theorized to be that person. And it would be interesting if this voice in this minigame was the same voice as the Don't Forget song. I think that's all for Steam. I just wanted to look at the screenshots. I don't think anything else is different. Chapters 3 to 5 are now in development and will someday be available as a paid release. Interesting. Can you pet the dogs in the first 2 chapters? This FAQ's over. Okay. They have not updated much of their Steam description. The last thing I wanted to check out was just this interesting Go Nintendo article, and you'll see why. I think a lot of people have covered it already, so. Okay, so this is the big thing from this article that people found that is quite interesting. As we can see, the full character design of Tenna, which, well, we think it's Tenna, and I think he looks great. I like his little antenna eyeballs and his fun little outfit. Yeah, I love it. Everyone was like, it's been leaked. And I was worried I wouldn't be able to find it again, but obviously they got permission to post this because otherwise I think it would be gone. But yeah, beautiful. And the stealth zone, that's fun. We recently, I don't know if it was recent, but Toby said that a stealth component of the game was potentially scrapped, and it looks, because it was too long or something. but it looks like they still included some stealth in the game, which is fun. And you can tell like this is from chapter 3. And look at the top of the box has little tiny antenna. That's so cute. But yeah, I love Chris looks so determined. These things at the bottom. Don't we see those? We see those somewhere else. Do we see them at the beginning of chapter 1 when they first enter the dark world? I guess I'll see when I start my Deltarune playthrough. And yeah, another thing with like the rock band. Wait, I think there is a screenshot of the rock band thing. Oh, these ones are so much smaller. Oh, people were mentioning the little star shape and how it resembled like the save point. They're also in the background of this. So I think that's just proof like it's just twinkly lights and stuff in the TV dark world. So I don't think that's anything too crazy. We have the jockey team grows the beard, and again, I think it's proof that it's chapter 4 because the borders are those crazy spires. Are these spires? And you can even see, the Deltarune in the details. Like there's no way that this isn't a church dark world. And it has the fun little stars. Kind of reminiscent. Like look, this is like a little stage. Oh, and it has little antennas on top of this box too. So I feel like the backgrounds are gonna change every time we're in like a new like TV area. So this is obviously like we're in a show, like a gangster show or a cowboy show, and we're in the TV. And here's the small room mini game again. And this is seemingly going to be played in Castletown because this is the Castletown border, is it not? And yeah, more stars for this section. Again, the antenna at the top. So obviously we're on like some sort of performing show. We're on The Voice or something. I don't know. And then yes, a hometown backgrounds. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to show you. I've been talking about this for almost an hour, and I know I'm a small creator and I don't know if people are even gonna watch this, but if you do, thank you so much. I just like yapping about this stuff. I really just like yapping about it, and if people listen, that's amazing. Please let me know any theories that you come up with or anything that I said that's wrong, or if you know where some of the theories that I kind of echoed back came from. Not all of them were echoed back from other creators. Some of them were my own brain thoughts, but I would love to start making Deltarune theory videos, especially with these new chapters. And I don't know, everyone's so talented that makes those videos, and I'm like, how the hell could I make something like that? I don't know if I could, but I just like talking about it. But yeah, if you've made it this far and you want to hang out with me more, I will be posting episode 1 of my Deltarune playthrough as soon as possible. And if you want to go back, I have an entire playlist of the full Undertale game, my full playthrough. If you want to be like reminded of some things in Undertale, I do like kind of talk about Deltarune at some points. Like I connect it all, like it's not spoiler free. I talk about spoilers there, and yeah, I'm just really excited and really happy that it's finally happening. It feels really real now, and there's 2 months until Deltarune tomorrow. I don't think I have anything else to say, so thanks a lot for watching if you made it this far, and I'll see you later.